Good evening, guys. It's your boy Ryan back with another video. I think I might have promised like a new video like every week, but sometimes I don't really feel the inspiration. And to be honest with you, I feel like I've been really busy between church, alpha, work, all that fun stuff. Praise God for work. I'm back working for my money, and that's a good thing. Man, oh man, am I busy. I just want to share a few things that are on my heart today. And just first and foremost, I want to thank my family, my friends, for making my birthday yesterday. I turned 31 years old. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. I mean, that really means a lot. And even though I don't say happy birthday or whatnot, you know that I love you and I care about you. I'm here for you. If you ever need me, if you ever want my number, want to call me, want to text me, shoot me a message, I'll give it to you. We can talk. I'm glad that I made a friend from New York City, and he's a really cool guy. And he's a guy that messaged me off of Reddit, and we got to know each other. Very cool guy. Very thankful for him, too. But thank you to my friends and family for the time that you took to wish me a happy birthday. Thank you for thinking of me on my day, and just thank you for just being a part of my life. You all mean something to me. You may not know it, but you do. Second thing I wanted to share with you guys. Again, I'm not looking for pity, not looking for a pat on the back. I don't want that. What I want to offer you guys is encouragement. So, I'm, as of yesterday, by 9 o'clock, 9:08 o'clock at night, 2 weeks sober. For some of y'all, it may not seem like that long, but for me, it feels like a lifetime. I think the longest I've ever gone being sober because of stupid choices and whatnot be 59 days straight. And then I fell back into it. Well, one of the biggest reasons I am sober right now is because I have support. So for the longest time, I started drinking back in 2009. It was just casually drinking. It wasn't anything special like that. It was just socially drinking with friends or going to the bars in Iowa City and whatnot and just hanging out with people. And the biggest trigger, I guess, for why I wanted to drink other than the stupid choices is I don't like the person I am when I drink. Okay? Some people are happy drunks, some people are flirty drunks, some people are mean drunks, and I can be a mixture of all those. It was brought to my attention through through one of my sisters that I had said something very mean to my niece. I don't like that. And I've said this time or two, but it rings true. Drunk words are sober thoughts. And when you're drunk, there's no filter. Well, when you're me, when you're Ryan, there is no filter even when you're sober. But there are some things that you know not to say. And I had said something toward her, and that hurt. That wasn't the only thing that led me to make this choice. Excuse me if I do cry. This hurts. But there are a number of other people that I have hurt. They know who they are. I don't need to make a list. Whether they're friends, co-workers, family members. There are people that I've hurt. I don't like that. And if you do the same thing when you drink, I would encourage you to do the same. So, one of the things that I find my strength in is going to AA. So, if for those of you who don't know what it is, it's called Alcoholics Anonymous. Like I said, 2 weeks sober. And for the longest time, since 2009, I struggled for 12 years, on and off. I had my sober spurts, then I relapsed. But for the longest time, for 12 years, I had this idea of wanting to be sober completely. But I didn't want to go. Because I couldn't admit to myself that I had a problem. Now, people who know me truly, they think that I don't have a problem. But people who drank with me, they could see there was a problem. And I think one of the biggest things that we had to realize when we drink, if you're an alcoholic, is what triggers that. And I'm not going to go into all the reasons of what triggers it, but to highlight just a couple. Anger. Like if you're angry, you tend to drink to like mellow you out. Or if you're stressed, you tend to drink just to mellow you out. And I can tell you that when I was in a management position for a casino, it caused a lot of stress. So what do? I turn to the bars. Because that's what helped me. It's what helped me relax. But in the same position, it would create very uncomfortable relationships with people that I know, either at work, through just random friendships, or with family. And that's the thing about alcohol, is it doesn't care. And like I tried to preach about a week and a half ago or two, alcohol will ruin your life if you let it. Like there are like many times that I would drink. And again, you don't have to drink daily to be an alcoholic. Okay? For me, I'm what you call a binge drinker. And what that means is I may not drink every day, but when I do drink, I don't know when to stop. And so, knowing what kind of alcoholic you are and what triggers it really helps. And if you can talk with somebody that you could trust, whether it be a friend, a counselor, or a therapist, I'd recommend that. Because too many times, we as people, again, we're humans. We bottle that stuff up inside of us. We bottle our feelings, our anger, our problems, our frustrations. We bottle that all up until the point that eventually we explode. We don't know who we're going to explode on. We don't know why. But I feel sorry for those people that are completely innocent and yet they feel like crap because of somebody's inability to share their feelings with other people. So not only is it helpful to be able to talk about your feelings with somebody that you trust, but to be honest with you, if you have a problem with somebody, I think it's best to address that problem with that person in a calm, sober, collective manner. It's really hard for me to do sometimes. keep in mind, I come from a very loving family. We're very open. We're very trusting. And with my family, we tend to be a little too open, a little too honest with each other. And sometimes we don't even know our boundaries. I don't know my boundaries. I'm working on it. Because sometimes what we say might trigger other people to say and do things that we wouldn't normally do. Not just in my family, but like everywhere else. Because we're human. We react differently to different things. I'll leave it there. But I find a lot of strength and a lot of empowerment in AA. I think I got on a tangent there, and I'm sorry about that. Because what my dad had said in a conversation that we had like a day or two ago is this: the more days you go in becoming sober, the less desire that you have in drinking, and the more empowerment that you receive to not drink. And that's cool. Like I said, like when you go into AA and you recognize that everybody there not only has the same problem as you, but they also want to achieve the same goal, and that's sobriety, that's awesome. And I think that's important is commitment. Being committed to the group. Finding a sponsor. Just going there. Going there. Now you don't have to go every day. They recommend it just to keep yourself on the straight and narrow. And don't beat yourself up if you miss one meeting. But really just go there with an open heart, open mind, and just see what happens. But it is. And one thing that I shared tonight in my meeting, and then after I had shared that, I started crying. Because I started thinking about everything else that we could be doing besides drinking. You know, some people, they live for the weekends. So they work hard during the week, and then on their weekends, they party hard. I mean, work hard, party hard, right? That's what they do. But there's so many other things that we can be doing with our lives besides drink. So knowing your triggers and knowing your limit. I'm not saying it's bad to drink, but know your limit. If you know that you have a high tolerance, I'd stick with 3. But if you know that when you drink, you can't just have one drink because it leads to 2 leads to 4, 4 leads to 8, then 1 is your limit. Yeah, I wouldn't even suggest even drinking 1, because if it leads to trouble, whether crime-wise, whether with your family, with your friends, with your partner, I'd recommend not drinking at all. I'd recommend getting help. But that's the biggest part, is recognizing that you have a problem. Many people, they don't want to. They want to deny it. For the longest time, I denied it. Again, say it again. You don't have to drink daily to be an alcoholic. So let that sink in. And what I was thinking about before I start to cry is the little moments that you have, that you share with people that you love. Like I said, I'm sorry if I cry. But as a birthday gift, I'm trying so hard not to cry right now. As a birthday gift, my niece and my nephew and my oldest sister, they made homemade cards. That was very, very special. That meant a lot. I don't really care about money. Not anymore. I care about family. Family's all you got, man. And if you don't have that, what do you have? Just means a lot that they took the time to make those. They took the time to sit down. I don't even, it could have took them 5 minutes, could have took them whatever. But the time they took to make that really said a lot. Yeah, I'm very thankful for that. Like my niece Daisy, I love her. And what she did is she tried to make me feel better. I think she's trying to figure out how old I was and then realize, oh shit, he's not 21, he's 31. And that made me laugh, but it made me feel good too. Because I know, like, when I shave, I look younger. And then my nephew. Ah, I hate to have favorites, but he is one of my favorites. He spent, like, freaking I think they said 2 hours trying to draw all these wrestlers because I'm big into pro wrestling. He knows this. And I got him hooked on it too. And so what I did is I posted that on Facebook, and then I posted like the drawings of his. I posted them on Twitter, and then I tagged each and every wrestler that he drew. Like, dude, I didn't even know that my nephew was that talented, but he truthfully is. And I told him, brother, I didn't know this. Stick with it, man. Like, if you want to be an artist, stick with it. He is a very talented kid, and like I told you, that is like one of the best gifts, our homemade gifts. And just like being able to spend time with my family today, even though it might have been for an hour or two, that meant a lot. Grant, I don't always see all of my family. Well, that really got me thinking, like, just cherishing your life. Like, when you stop drinking, you're adding more life. And, like, just being thankful for that. Being thankful for the people who are in your life, who do invest in your life, and who do care about you. Versus worrying about the other people. Like, if 90% of people treat you well, and the 10% upset you, they don't treat you well, you're focusing on the wrong things. It's so easy for us as people to focus on the negative and to complain about it instead of looking for all the good things. And I think that's why a lot of us turn to addiction, why a lot of us turn to the bottle, why a lot of us turn to things to numb the pain, because it helps numb that pain, it helps relieve it, it helps get rid of it. But you know what also helps relieve it? Talking about it with people. I mean, if you can talk about painful things with your family and your friends, then do it. But if you can't, hey, it's a great place to start. So's counseling. I mean, people in AA, they don't go in there with any judgment. As far as I know, they don't. We're all going in there with the same goal in mind. And here's the thing. The people who are years sober, they need it just as much as you. And you've only been there 2 weeks. You all need each other. We all need each other. Because we can't do this alone. Know that you are loved. Know that you are cared about. And know that you can do this. You don't have to battle life alone. In fact, God invites you to give Him everything that you got. Your worries, your fears, your anxieties, everything. Give it to God. He invites you to do that. So do that. I just want to thank you guys for letting me share my heart with you. Let me cry in front of you. And just let me be real with you. If you ever want to talk, whether on the phone, through Messenger, or whatever, I'm here for you. I always will be. Remember, I love you. I'm praying for you. And I'm willing to talk to you. Hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye. Love you.